Okay, Iman, we want to get names and grades for 3 students and display the name of the first students.
The top student, you mean? The
Yeah,
student
top
with
student.
the uh, most highest score. So we'll have to start with creating a Java application, a new project. Uh, let's call this one 3 students. Okay, let's. I'm gonna remove these comments. And okay, first you want to say we want to get 3 numbers and 3 names from the user. So we have to definitely import the scanner from the Java library. So java.util.scanner. Oh, excuse me. Scanner.
I think you should write at the top of yeah.
Yeah. So we want 3 students, right? So do we need an array or not? Because for 3 students, I
No, we
don't
don't
think.
array.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't array.
So I wanna say like this, like we have 3 names, so string S1, S2, S3. Okay, these are the 3 names I'm going to need, and I want their grades, so double G1, G2, and G3 for their grades. So to get this information from the user, I'm going to ask the user to give me that information. Okay, system.out.println. Okay, enter the name of the student with their grades.
So you use 3 variable to get the name and 3 variable to get the numbers of a student, yeah?
To get the grades, yeah.
So you have 6 variable.
I have 6 variables.
Mhm.
So, uh, after that, I want to get the information. So, first I have to define my scanner. Scanner, that's scanner input equals new scanner system.in. Okay, for getting the names also, I need another scanner. Scanner sc equals new scanner system.in. Alright, this one is for getting the names and this one is for getting the grades. So,
Yeah, maybe Iman had a problem.
No, not yet.
But you are not share, Iman. We cannot see your screen.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah. We use NetBeans. It is editor, and you can write on the NetBeans your program. Okay, Iman, go on.
so for the S1, that is students 1, say it's equal to SC dot next line. And after that, for the G1, I equal to input dot next double, and I need these two long lines like two more times, get the S2 and the S3. Okay, that's it. So after getting the students and their grades, we have to calculate this highest score. So I wanna
Iman, can you write at this moment? Can you write the name and the grade of a student?
yeah, like can use print line, print statement. Uh, student is one and grade is G1. So take this line.
Also, you can use \n at the end of your line.
Why? I don't think I will need one. Because it's a println statement.
Yeah, yeah.
G3.
Can you run your program now?
Yeah. Enter the student's name with his grades. So let's first say Iman, and his grade is 17. Mary, grade of 19.
Then Gabriela.
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 I don't know how right the spelling is. I think should be right. Maybe.
Gabriela, hey, your name is true?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So the program is showing me the Iman's with his grade and Mary with her grade and also Gabriela with a grade.
And Gabriela, do you have a question?
No, I I don't know about Java. However, I understand the logic, and
Yeah.
you first the I don't know how to say declare the variable,
Yeah.
and then you and then you write the instruction, and now you run, you get the information. No? Only I have a question about how you can get or extract the information. Which is the instruction for that?
Yeah, first
In which
define.
line? Uh-huh.
Can you repeat your question?
Yeah. After the I don't know how to say declare. I know
Yeah, declare.
Declaring
declare
the,
the variables.
yeah.
You use the libraries.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, we have a library. Yeah, Iman, go on.
Uh-huh.
in Java language, whenever we want to use some special method and some special ability, we need to import some we need to import something from the library sometimes, not always. Like right now, I needed the scanner ability, so I went to the Java library, and there from the util area I imported my scanner. And then I could use these lines of, defining the scanner and using them here.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to print, you don't need library Java scanner, but you want to get names and grades, and you should use the library Java scanner. Do you understand me?
More or less.
Yeah, Ivan, go the first your page. Yeah, if you want to get some information from user, yeah, and you should use Java library.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you want just print, you don't need import java.util.scanner. Yeah, but you want to, at this program we want to get name, yeah, and we want to get grade of a student. So we should use write java.util.scanner, the top of your program. Yeah, but the structure is, you first get name and then grade for students, for 3 students, and then we should compare the grade of students, and then we want to write the top of a student, the name of top of students. Okay? And if you have a question, you can ask.
No.
No question? Okay. Iman, you can continue your program.
So to find the high score here, we would have to, I think, use an if statement. Like,
Excuse me, Iman, can I change the program? Can I make easier now?
okay.
Yeah, for example, we want to describe the top of a student between 2 students. And then we can add the third student. I think it's easier.
Okay. For 2 students, we would have to have 2 variables for each. So then we don't need this third student's information, and also in the print line we don't need this part. So using an if statement to see if G1 is bigger than G2, and if that was right, should print. We need a print statement saying that the highest score, the highest student, is student with the grade 1. The top student is a student 1, and else if actually, because the scores might be equal to each other with each other, so to say that if else G2 is bigger than G1, then print out top student is S2. So any questions?
No.
Gabriela, is it easy for you?
Sorry?
Yeah, do you have a problem? Do you have a question?
No.
No, I think it's very easy. You can compare two grade and then you can write the name of your student. Iman, can you run your program, please?
Okay. Like once the name and the grades of the students. Let's first say like this one Jack 14, Bill 19. Okay, the first student is Jack with the grade of 14, and second student is Bill with the grade of 19, and the top student is Bill, because 19 is bigger than 14.
Yes, and now we can add the third student and write the main program.
Again, we need more variables. And to get the third student, we need these two lines. So, and saying that the third student is S3 plus G3. So here, after this line, we'll need two ands saying G1 is bigger than G3 as well. And we need to put all of this one, not like this. This, and G1 is bigger than G2, and G1 is also bigger than G3. and. So here, after saying G2, we'll use another two ands, saying that G2 is also bigger than G3. And again, if G3 is bigger than G2, and G3 was also bigger than G1, so system print top student is S3. Any questions?
I think your way is very difficult to understand. I have another way. Can I explain it?
Yeah.
Yeah, can I share my screen?
Okay.
Okay. I share my whiteboard. Yeah. And I think at the beginning you can, yeah, you have a three, yeah, sorry. You have a three variable for the grade, and also you have a three variable for the name. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you should compare between two grades, G1 and G2, and max of two grades, G1 and G2, you can save in the max. Yeah? Then you, at the first, you should compare two variable, G1 and G2. And then you should compare max with G3. Yeah? I think it's very easier way. Gabriela, do you have a statement? Do you want to do you want to say anything?
No, I understood very well the logic of this process. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Yeah, and also if you want to find, for example, minimum of three numbers, you can write this program and you can compare G1 and G2, and then you can put the minimum of two numbers, G1 and G2, you can put at the mean, and then you can compare mean with G3, and then you can print mean. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. Iman, can you write your program with this way?
Well, okay, but I want to need to have another variable called max.
Yes. And you should compare at the first G1 and G2. Yes, G1 and G2. And then you should put the maximum of G1 and G2 in the max variable, for example. And then you should compare max with G3. And also, if you have another grade, for example, G4, you can compare G4 with max, and then max of two number you can put at the max. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna free the, yeah. Yeah.
Max. So max is equal to G2.
Yeah, and now you can share your you can share your screen now.
So here I defined another string variable called max. And I'm going to put the stew in the max.
No, max is double. Max is for your grade, and also you can use two variable. For example, excuse me, can I share my screen again? Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. At this program, we want to write in the output the name of the student, the name of top student. Yeah. So you should save the name of a student also. So at the first, you should compare between G1 and G2. Their numbers, for example, 12 and 14, and max now is 14. But what is the name of the maximum or top of a student? For example, here is Sarah and here is Iman, and for example, this is 16, and for example, Mary. And top students between Sarah and Iman, top numbers is 14, but we don't know about name of a student. So we should save the name of a student, this name, we should put at the another, for example, name Max. Okay, and we should save Iman at this variable. So we need two variables, one for maximum number and one for name of maximum number. Okay, but we should compare maximum with the another grades. But if maximum is bigger than other grade, on another grade, you should put the maximum at this variable. But at this moment, maximum is bigger than G3, and you should write G3 in the maximum. But what is the name of maximum? Do you have an idea? Gabriela?
Yeah.
What is the name of maximum? Which student has a maximum numbers?
Mary?
Mary, yeah.
Mary.
Yeah, we need again name Max, and we should put the name in the variable Mary. Okay? So at the you should compare if, for example, G1 is bigger than G2, and you should do two comments. First is G1 in the max, you should save, and you should save S1 in the nmax, sorry, in the name max, yeah? Else G2 is bigger than G1. What is two statements? Can you say, Gabriela? Max?
Max is G2
Yeah,
and name Max
yeah,
is Iman.
yeah, S2.
Yeah.
Yeah? And then, yeah, I have a minimum place. Okay, and then we should compare if max, sorry, if G3 is bigger than max at this. Yeah, we should compare G3 with max. Yeah, if G3 is bigger than max, we should write two statements. What is two statement, Gabriela? Can you try?
Max
Yeah.
G3
Yeah. And
name Max
yes.
S3.
Yes. Very good. And then you can write max and name max. Okay? You can write with this algorithm. Yeah. Sprints, yeah? Okay. Iman, can you write this program with this algorithm, please?
Okay, so as well as we need a max in the string, we also need a max in the...
Yeah, please share your, Iman, please share your screen.
Sorry. Okay, we need another max for the grade. So here, down here, when we were saying that G2, if G1 is bigger than G2, so we'll put the grade max. We'll put the G1 into grade max, and also the name max. So this S1 into name max, and we don't need this part.
And you have two statements, and you should use brace.
Yes.
Yes.
So else if G2 was bigger than G1, then we'll do the same thing again, but this time G2 will
With
be
brace. Iman.
yeah, I know. This time G2 will be in the grade max and S2 in the name max, and at last, if G3 was bigger than grade max,
But you don't need else, Iman.
yeah,
You don't need else. You don't need else at the last if.
I don't need else.
Yeah, at the last if. In the last if you don't need else. The word of else. Just if.
Oh, I got what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
So if G3 was bigger than grade max, something is wrong. Must not have been initialized. I should give it the value of
No,
0
no,
at
no,
the first. Yeah,
no,
yeah.
Iman. Why?
It isn't initialized that way. See?
No. No, at the first if you don't have a problem.
Yeah, but here I do.
No, I think it's another reason.
What reason?
I'm gonna try to understand it. But yeah, you can put you can put G1 in the grade max and then at the first.
Here?
Yeah, without if.
Why would we do that?
Yeah, I try to teach this uh, if you get me allow to share my screen.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna try to solve this program. Okay, from begin we have 3 students. I think it is better if you save the first students in the max. Max is first student, for example. So I put the number of first student in the max. So if you have one child, Gabriela, if you have one child, okay, and the biggest of your child is 1, okay, imagine that you have one child, Gabriela. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine that you have one child, okay? And what is the name of your biggest child? Your child, yeah? So imagine, I have one son, okay? And my son is Iman, yeah? And who is the biggest? Who is the biggest? Iman, for me. And who is the smallest? Iman, for me, yeah? And I imagine that Max is G1 at the first, yeah? And what is his or her name? N name. Max is M, okay? So at the first we imagine that the Max is the first student, yeah? And then you should compare, you can compare another. Okay, we have three students with three names, and I imagine that the first student is the Max, okay? And I put his or her grade in the Max and his or her name in the name Max, okay? And then I compare the number with Max, number of two students, second student with Max. And if second student has number bigger than Max, I put his or her number in the Max and his or her name in the name Max, okay? And then I'm gonna try to third student if, can you say, Gabriela, if
G3?
yeah is bigger than,
Max?
yes. I have a two statements.
Max?
Yeah.
G3?
Mm-hmm.
And name Max?
Yes.
S4.
S3. Okay. So if you have a problem, Iman, with name Max or Max, you should put the first number in the Max and you have two if. Yes? It's
Okay.
very easier now. Okay, Iman, can you write? And yeah, I'm gonna try to stop sharing. Yeah, now you can share your screen.
It is shared.
Yeah, I can see.
Okay, so as you said, we're gonna put the grade max. We're gonna put the G1 and the S1 as the grade max and the name max. At the first, name max is S1. So I won't be needing this if. And here, saying if G2 is bigger than G1, put G2 in the grade max and S2 in the name max.
Sorry,
And
Iman.
yes,
You should compare between grade max with grade max with G2. If grade max is bigger than G2, bigger than.
it was smaller then.
No, bigger than. If grade max is bigger than G2.
Well, don't you want to? We want to get the top students. So if
Yeah.
G2 is bigger than grade max, put the G2 in the grade max.
Yes, sorry. I am confused, sorry.
So, else if G3 was bigger
No,
than,
without else, sorry.
okay, if G3 was bigger than grade max, we put G3 and S3 into grade max and name max, and
With brace.
In the last part, we're gonna print out these two variables. So system.out.println. Top student is name max plus, you can also have the grade plus grade max. So let's run our program. Enter name of the student with their grade. So say Jake 20, Amy 18, and let's say Raymond 19. So we have it here: Jake grade 20, Amy grade 18, Raymond grade 19, and the top student is Drake with the grade of 20.
Very good.
It's
Iman,
not-
can you? Yeah. Gabriela.
I don't understand why the second student is aim.
It's the second student that I put into system after Jake.
It's only because it's in order without rationalization?
No, it's not sorted. It's not in order. It's just in the order of my input.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.